Hey guys, TGKS Productions. So yesterday, March 4th, we got more info regarding the GTA 5 GT Online expanded enhanced version coming to PS5, Xbox Series X and S on March 15th, and made a community post on the channel just breaking down, or not really breaking down, but stating everything new that was in that newswire post. And usually I make a video giving my thoughts, my input on it, and that's what I want to do here. Apologies for being a little bit later. As I stated in my past video, I'm in Florida for therapy for my injury. Any case, I hope everyone is doing well. Let's jump into this newswire article. So I won't necessarily read everything in the article, try to focus on really the main bits of info. So we have GTA 5 GTA Online coming March 15th for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Transfer story mode progress now, plus details on GTA Online profile migration. So you can already transfer the story mode progress as of March 4th or yesterday. So Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online arrive on PlayStation 5, Xbox X and S on March 15th, delivering action-packed blockbuster story mode adventure and dynamic, ever-evolving world of GTA Online to the latest generation consoles, with a host of improvements for new and returning players. Now, here it says these new versions of GTA 5 and GTA Online introduce high-end PC visuals to the console to experience new graphic modes featuring up to 4K resolution, frame rate of 60 frames per second. They also talk about the rest of what's in this paragraph was talked about in the last newswire article a few weeks ago, such as like the HDR options, ray tracing, 3D audio. It is interesting how they say high-end PC visuals. I believe there are some mods out there that make GTA 5 look even better than the expanded enhanced version. So I think that's funny how they mentioned that there. We have a photo here of Michael Trevor Franklin all suited up. So that is pretty cool. Looks like they might have just taken a heist. Got bags on their back there. Grand Theft Auto 5. Experience the interwoven stories of Franklin, Michael, and Trevor across the sun-soaked metropolis of Los Santos and the backwoods countryside of Lane County in greater detail than ever before, with stunning all-new levels of visual detail. So, talk about visual detail here, and specifically, we have this next paragraph. We have three detailed new graphics. Essentially, there is fidelity mode, which focuses more on visual quality. And then you have, so one thing interesting about fidelity mode is I'm wondering if that'll be translated into like the Rockstar editor, because I know that when you go into the Rockstar editor, they mention how like high resolution captures don't get translated into there. I say that just because, may make the Rockstar editors look a lot cooler. But you have performance mode that focuses more on the frames per second. So I would say that'd be more for like the competitive players. And you have performance RT mode, which is a hybrid between the two previous modes, so fidelity mode and performance mode. I believe the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition had fidelity mode and performance mode. I think there were some issues with one of those at one point. I'm not sure if Rockstar has fixed it by now, but hopefully there will be no issues with these two, or really any of these modes on the expanded enhanced version, GTA 5 GTA Online. Here we have a screenshot of looks to be Trevor in his personal Kniss Bodhi evading the police around the area of Strawberry Davis, somewhere in South Los Santos. Rockstar also mentions that the new versions have improvements such as faster loading times. That would be like with the SSD and the consoles, increased population, so increased NPCs, traffic variety. I'm interested in the traffic variety. Will they actually add in new vehicles that we've never seen in traffic, or would it just be more vehicles that you typically sometimes when you're driving down the road you see the same like few vehicles over and over again? So I don't know if they just mean there will be more variety there, or if they'll be adding in new vehicles. Hopefully it would be the latter where they're adding in new vehicles. Increased vegetation density, that'll be cool. There was definitely a difference seen from Xbox 360 and PS3 to PS4, Xbox One. So I'm gonna really like to see the difference on now the expand enhanced version. And then really this just has to do with sort of like lighting and texture, such as like as it states here, lighting, shadows, water reflections, other elements, anti Improve anti-aliasing, motion blur, and then it talks about explosions and fire. They bring up the haptic feedback again, which they mentioned in the last Newswire article a few weeks ago. Going in a little bit more detail, talking about like weather effects, I would think of like thunderstorms, rain, directional damage, probably like if you're getting shot at, rough road surfaces, going off road. Explosions should be a given. And then I would also think maybe when you're shooting certain weapons, that could be another possible one. And they talk about the Tempest 3D audio on the PS5 and the spatial sound on the Xbox Series X and S. The screenshot looks to be one of the new vehicles that is coming with the expanded enhanced version. Rockstar has confirmed at least 5 that will be able to be modified in how special works, and this looks to be based off of the Toyota GR86. Grand Theft Auto Online, the massive and unrivaled experience of GTA Online with an unprecedented 8+ years worth of gameplay additions delivered across over 40 unique updates. That's insane. I really didn't realize there was that many updates over the past 8 years. Will continue to evolve with the power of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. This new generation of GTA Online includes a range of new vehicles and a new addition to the Los Santos car meet How Special Works. Again, How Special Works was talked about in last year's Wire article. However, talk about how there's going to be new vehicle upgrades, a new class of racing, which obviously you'll have to have the vehicles that can be modified and how special works be able to participate in those races. Test Fund 2 leaked icons, which may be related to this new race class, and then even Wildbrick has leaked possible vehicles that will be used in how special works and even used in this new race class. Be interesting to see if you earn like LS Car Meet rep from those, what the pay or earnings will be. I know they weren't too great with the Street Race series, or the Pursuit series brought with the LS Tuners update. They talk about time trials, weekly time trials. That'll be cool. We'll have to see what the pay is for those. I believe right now time trial pays are 100,000. And then they talk about premium test ride. So just like there's test rides in the LS Car Meet, this test ride will be one that has been modified and how special works, give you a little bit of an idea of how it runs. Rockstar again mentions how the standalone or GT Online will be a standalone version. We actually even have, I believe, leaked artwork, what that looks like, what it will probably come up as in the Microsoft Store, PlayStation Store, if there's even a physical copy of it. Be free for the first 3 months on PlayStation, and finally got a confirmation here that it'll be free forever. It's not like going to be some sort of subscription, which obviously that would have been very controversial, but yeah, that really wouldn't make sense that they would do that. Then we have a screenshot here. Looks like a biker themed players here. So that is cool. And this seems to reference the career builder, which was mentioned also in the last Newswire article. And it looks like you're going to be given $4 million, or at least when you choose a career, whether that be like a biker career, a gun running career, a nightclub career. It looks like you're going to get around $4 million worth of business properties, vehicles, and weapons. Now, I can say confidently with $4 million, definitely not going to be getting the best vehicles, weapons, business properties, but nonetheless, you're not paying for the career builder, so it's definitely a great start for new players to get involved with. Rockstar mentions that there is going to be a new introduction tutorial for new players. I believe they're referencing the career builder there, or that's going to be involved in that new introduction and tutorial. They also talk about a new front end main menu. Now, I believe this is when you're loading into story mode, or when you can choose to also load into online. Seems to be more options you're going to be able to choose there. So that is very cool. We have another screenshot here of some vehicles from the LS Tuners update, as well as what I believe is being emphasized here is a better detailed explosion. At least that's what I'm assuming. Now, with the Expand Enhanced version, not only can you transfer your online character, you can also transfer your story mode. However, the online character is just a one-time migration. You can already begin transferring your story mode progress, and that is done through the RockstarGames social clubs. So essentially, you go into the game tab menu, you choose to upload a save game. You can only upload one game save per platform at a time, and they remain available to download for 90 days. So that is very cool. That was not, you could not do that going from Xbox 360, PS3 to PS4 and Xbox One. So that is something very new, which is cool. Now, unlike transferring your story mode progress, you cannot transfer your online character until March 15th, and then obviously create a new GT Online character and utilize the career builder for new players who want to do that, or maybe even existing players. You can pre-purchase and pre-load the E&E version of GT5 GT Online on March 8th, and there's even be physical releases coming in April. One thing I'm curious about is what is going to be the cost of the expanded enhanced version of GT5 GT Online. Just interested in that since Rockstar has mentioned the expanded enhanced version of GT5 GT Online all the way back in 2020. They've made no mention of the cost, so curious to finally find out what the cost will be. Rockstar makes one final note here in this article mentioning that if you decide to transfer your online character across platforms, so for example, PS4 to Xbox Series X and S, or vice versa, only your earned cash will transfer, not cash that has been purchased through shark cards. I don't really understand that. I would think that once the cash is in your account, it's there to stay, but that is something to take consideration if you wanted to transfer your character, GT Online character, across platforms. That is everything in the Newswire article. We'll have to see if we get anything else. We are very close to the release of Expanded Enhanced version, GT5 GT Online, a little over a week. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it extremely beneficial. Please remember to like, subscribe, share it. As always, have a great day.